Let's get salty!
Hey everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and the mini set has been out for almost a week, and like we always do on this channel, we're gonna take a data-driven look and see how horrifically bad this mini set has been. We're gonna look at the top 10 worst cards so far using HSreplay, and it's always a lot of fun, but we'll also have a brief little talk about basically how this mini set hasn't landed whatsoever, which I'm pretty sure everyone's pretty aware of. It's pretty obvious to everyone, but I guess the Hearthstone team, they thought this was gonna have a big impact. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, if you enjoy the content on the channel, feel like I've earned your subscription, please hit that sub button down below. Give the video a like, as it helps the channel out a lot. So yeah, we're gonna use HSreplay. I have premium so I can take a look at the stats, and I just wanted to show you guys how poorly this set is doing. We always sort now by drawn win rate, cards that basically over 50% typically have a pretty positive impact on the deck they're in. So far in the launch of this mini set, we have 3 entire cards that have a positive drawn win rate. Guard Duty, which is pretty good in like Control Warrior. Fire Gill, which is really good in everybody's favorite Murloc Paladin deck, and the Great Dracorex, the big dragon that's also pretty good in Control Warrior. So Warrior actually got a couple of good cards, but even Mirrex, which has seen some play in like Fire Act Rogue, is just a bad inclusion. It drops the win rate of the deck. You can see the win rate of the deck is 51% for that Rogue deck, but the card itself actually has a negative drawn win rate, meaning it's just kind of bringing it down. It's a good deck that's brought down by a worse card, and then there is nothing else. And I won't spoil what's the worst right now, but it's jarring to see this few cards in the green, right? And like deck win rate, only 2 positive decks these cards are in right now overall. Like that is really bad. This is Diamond through Legend. We're gonna sort using that. Obviously, sample size is pretty low. It hasn't even been a week, but hey, it's fun. And I imagine we'll be hearing about a balance patch, probably not next week, but the week after the Masters Tour like us championship. So this might be in for a long haul, and I can't imagine these numbers really improving. If anything, they'll get worse if they fix like the Rogue quest and people start playing that again. Then the Rogue win rate's gonna start going down on the HSreplay if people are actually playing the quest deck. But anyways, let's take a look at what the 10 worst cards are so far from this mini set. So again, we're gonna be sorting by drawn win rate, and this is Diamond through Legend since the mini set launched. And we are gonna include neutral since there's not that many in this mini set. I'll say this is just dominated by class cards. I think there's only 2 neutrals on this entire list. And starting off at number 10, we have the new totem for Shaman, the Tor Totem. It's a 2-mana 0/4. At the end of your turn, get a random minion with multiple minion types. It's in 0.7% of decks, has been played 1,500 times, and has a drawn win rate of 38.6%. So we're starting off sub 40%, and I will say typically expansions, like I was looking at the older numbers for the last set, start around like 35-36%, but there's a lot less cards, so they should be a lot more, you would think, powerful for a mini set, or more narrow and refined. But we're really starting off a very low number. But yeah, it has no immediate impact on the board. The Shaman quest itself still not very good. Like this doesn't really put it over the top. And on top of that, you're gonna get minions that might not synergize with your deck, might not be playable. They might be stuck in your hand, and yeah, as a result, this card just not doing very well. At number 9, I bet you this would be a lot higher if anybody was actually playing this card. It is the Paladin spell, the Hero's Welcome. It is 8 mana. You discover a legendary minion to summon. You set its stats to 10/10. It is in 0.02% of decks by HSreplay players, of course. It has been played 22 times and has a drawn win rate of 38.4%. So, I mean, these numbers aren't exactly good. We got this card being played 22 times by HSreplay numbers. There are people actually trying to play it, and those people that have played it aren't doing amazingly well, but hey, they're doing better than some of the other cards out there. I just can't see how an 8-mana 10/10 is ever going to be good. Like, legendary effects are typically powerful because of like a battle cry, you know, something like that. I mean, Paladin does have like divine shield stuff going on, but overall, what a stinker of a card. And the only time I've seen it personally, as I predicted in my reviews, is by Quest Mage getting it randomly, right? And yes, I lost to that today because they got like a bunch of 10/10s and I couldn't deal with it. So it's still doing something even if it's not in Paladin. At number 8, we have the Warrior card. So we have 2 good Warrior cards and 1 bad one so far. The Barricade Basher, a 3-mana 4/3 beast. It is in 0.1% of decks, has been played all of 250 times, and has a drawn win rate of 36.5%. Again, there's just like not a lot of great ways to gain armor in Standard, right? I've actually seen this do some really good work in Wild so far with Risky Skipper, but yeah, in Standard, there's just not much for it. There's not a lot going on for it. If you could get a bunch of armor gain, you could get a minion that keeps scaling and getting bigger and bigger and bigger, right? And if there's no minions on the board, it's not even getting damaged. So there is a potential for this card at some point. It's even premium statted. You know, you get 4/3 stats for 3. It's good. It's just, yeah, there's not really a way to use it right now. So it's not doing amazingly well because there's just really no place for it. At number 7, again, shocked this card isn't higher, but again, sample size issues. The Herbivore Assistant, a 3-mana 3/2 neutral minion. Battle Cry, give a friendly beast +2/+2 and rush. It is in 0.05% of decks. Played like triple the amount of the Paladin card 60 times and has a drawn win rate of 36.3%. I don't know what you're ever playing this in. Like, even Beast Hunter, they want to play all beasts, right? You want that synergy. So where does this go? I imagine some Amalgam deck is playing this, right? Somebody's using the Amalgam, buffing it up, giving it that stats. I could see that. This is cheaper than like trying to do something with like, actually we have the 2/1 that like buffs stuff. I don't know, maybe you just use that. Regardless, I don't know what it's doing. It's only been played 60 times anyways, but still, it's doing better than I thought. So there you go. The Herbivore Assistant, not the worst. I thought it would be the worst. At number 6, we have a Hunter card, the Devilsaur Mask. 8 mana, you set a minion stats to 8/8, give it charge. It's in 0.3% of decks, played 220 times, and a drawn win rate of 36%. And this is kind of like if you're playing this for like a finisher, right? So the drawn win rate being really low for this really shows that it's not a very good finisher. I guess we would want to look at played win rate too. I don't have that offhand, but regardless, I feel like maybe if that young Dragonhawk card, I can't remember, the one in WoW with Wind Fury, if that was in Standard, would this be good? You just play that for 1, it's got Wind Fury, and you do 16 damage. Like, it's too slow in Wild, but in Standard, maybe, just maybe, that could have a chance. But yeah, as a result, right now, there's just, again, it's very expensive spell that there's no real good way for Hunter to cheat it out. There's no really good cheap minion to slap this onto, and as a result, yeah, not seeing a ton of play right now, and it's not doing very well. At number 5, this is by far, not even close, the most popular card on this list for obvious reasons. It is the Holy Egg Bearer, the 5 mana 1/2 neutral minion, Battle Cry. You draw a 0 attack minion. People are really playing the Egg of Kelos, right? They really like that. And I gotta say, I'm glad that card's on this list because that's a perfect fun card, right? A card to try and make it work. It's not going to be great, but people have fun playing with it. I'd play with it Wild today. It was really fun. I love those type of cards. Even if they're not super competitive, they're great for Hearthstone. So yeah, people playing Holy Egg Bearer to get that card. It is in 1.7% of decks, played 3,400 times, but yeah, drawn win rate of 34.3%. So not amazing. I feel like a lot of times if you've already drawn your Egg of Kelos, it's a dead card, but regardless, those decks aren't good. There's not a single really competitive deck. The only one I have seen is people playing it like Control DK, but it's just a bad card in a good deck, right? There's really no point playing it Control DK. It's more of a gimmick to say, hey, I'm actually playing a mini set card, and you don't play a Holy Egg Bearer there either, right? So yeah, that card is suffering as a result. At number 4, I rated this card highly, and I'm still convinced it's a good card. The deck is just really bad, and that is at number 4, the Druid minion, Long Neck Egg. 2 mana, 0/2 minion, Death Rattle. You summon a 1/2 beast, and you give your minions +1/+1. It's at 0.4% of decks, played 850 times. So I think like the second most popular or third most popular on this list. and a 32.8% drawn win rate. I just feel like the issue with it is the deck isn't very good. Token Druid, like there isn't a great list out there. The quest isn't good enough. The reward for the quest is great, but it's too hard to get to, right? Like that weapon, getting that board buff is great. It'd be great with Long Neck Egg, but there's just not enough there for it. And I don't think it's a bad card. I'm gonna stick to that, even though it's number 4 on the list. I think the top 3 are terrible, as I predicted in my reviews. This one I'm gonna be stubborn with and say it's lacking support until, you know, eventually just it's always bad and I'm wrong. But yeah, so right now it's number 4, and the top 3 are all giant minions that you could just never play in Hearthstone. So like, it's not a big surprise. Starting off with the Warlock minion, Asphyxiodon. 8 mana, 6/10 Demon Beast Taunt. At the end of your turn, deal 5 damage to a random enemy minion. It is in 0.1% of decks, played 99 times. You really want to cheat this out and not play it, so that might factor into why the numbers are a little bit lower. And drawn win rate of 32.1%. And this is a card you don't want to draw, right? You got that new card that can cheat it out and then give it lifesteal. So you want to do that, but then you're also playing that deck, which is absolutely dreadful. Beast Warlock has done absolutely nothing. And yeah, Possessed Animancer is the card, by the way, to cheat out. That was number 11. It just missed the top 10, right? So yeah, overall, not an amazing card. Even with lifesteal, like at least to make this thing go face, I don't know, make it a threat. It's just pretty darn bad. At number 2, we have the Hunter minion, Enkelodon, or Enkelodon. 8 mana, 7/7 beast with Taunt and Death Rattle. Summon 2 random 3-cost beasts. The attack, random enemies. It is in 0.08% of decks, played 64 times, and has a drawn win rate of 30.4%. It's 8 mana in Hunter. And even the impact of it's not amazing. Like with the quest, it's way too slow, right? You can't cheat this out with the quest. You can't do imbue with the quest. It's not going to really work out, and imbue is not really good. And if you're imbuing, I'd rather get like, you know, something that's going to kill my opponent, not just a big taunt that can probably punish me for playing a traditional Hearthstone fashion, play big minion, get punished. And yeah, the effect of like 2-3 cost beasts is like, okay, but not amazing. There's just nothing really good about this card. I believe I gave it a 1 when I reviewed it, and I'm glad to be right about one thing, that this beast is kind of a stinker. And I keep picking it at Arena, think it'll be good, but then it gets silenced or put dormant, or like, it's just big minions in Arena right now. Don't play them. There's too much silence and all that stuff. It's just pretty brutal. And number 1, this one does not surprise me at all. It has barely been played for obvious reasons. It is the Demon Hunter minion, the Diabolus Rex. It's a 6 mana, 6/5 Demon Beast with Kindred, meaning you had to play a demon or a beast a prior turn. Otherwise, this card literally does nothing. It's just a 6 mana, 6/5. You deal 6 damage to your opponent's left and right most minions. It can't even go face. It is a 0.02% of decks, played 27 times, and has a drawn win rate of 28.3%. I will say, I saw this card once in Arena, and it actually won them the game. It's a pretty good Arena card where the board kind of matters, and I was playing a bad deck, and it cleared my 2 minions, and I was wrecked. But overall, you know, on ladder, like, do you care about like dealing 12 to 2 minions randomly at that point? Like, the game is so fast and streamlined, you're not going to care. All you get is a 6/5, right? It's just a 6/5. You don't have a ton of demon synergies going on right now. Like, you got the aggro decks, you got the starship decks, and you got the cliff dive decks. This doesn't go into any of that, and I can't even think of what demon deck would ever want to play this. Like Window Shopper, no. I just want to get my Window Shopper and stuff like that. I don't want to get this. I could discover it, but I'm not going to put it in my deck. And yeah, I gave this a 1 when I reviewed it. I thought it was one of the worst cards I'd seen in a long time. I thought Hero's Welcome would be number 1, but I feel like we need to get more people playing that to bring the win rate down even further. So if you want to help out and make me right about Hero's Welcome, go play ladder. You'll probably drag that number down. Just make sure to use your HSreplay deck tracker, which I am sponsored by the way. If you want to check out the link down below, use my link. Just throw that out there. Anyways, yeah, Diabolus Rex, number 1 on the list, but overall, pretty much almost every card kind of warrants a place on this list. It has been one of the worst mini sets so far of all time, where there's just a couple of cards that you might want to consider playing right now, and that is pretty darn brutal. And I still actually recommend buying the thing for 2,000 gold in terms of dust value and eventually the cards being all right, duplicate protection on your packs. I still think it's worth it, but if there was ever a mini set to skip so far, yeah, this would be the one. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.